Hi there, my name is Monroe Mills, and I am here to recommend AI for Next-Gen REA. So, overview of AI. Artificial intelligence has been a hot topic over the last few years, but what is AI? AI is a computer system that can perform tasks that previously needed a human to complete. The more advanced AIs of today can collect data, analyze it, and then make predictions based on that data. This is called machine learning. These programs can write papers, recognize patterns, and create new information. This is why NextGen REA should consider implementing AI into all aspects of their core work. AI options. The first option we'll look at is the Amazon Web Services, also known as AWS. They are the most mature AI option available currently. They have the best reliability and security, and they have the highest level of computational ability with many different programs that are very useful for different organizations. The next option we have is Google Cloud. They work well with other Google services like Drive and Word and things like that. And they have a simple interface that makes it easier to use for your day-to-day workers. And then proprietary systems. This would probably be the highest investment cost. However, you can get the most customization out of it. So, for example, NextGen REA, as you know, is a solar development company. So, having their own AI system would allow for them to customize it however they need. To, let's say, look at loans or see power rates in a certain area, and it would just make data collection for solar development specifically just that much easier and simple to understand, basically. So the most simple application of AI is as a chatbot and a reviewer. This is very baseline, but I think would help NextGen REA a ton. It's a force multiplier. That means that it goes from having just hiring people to look at documents and make predictions and things like that. You have an AI to take a look at your papers, and this eliminates human error, such as if you need to look through a document and find just specific phrases or timelines that are unacceptable for NextGen REA, the AI can determine that and flag it for a human to go and fix this issue. This is much harder for humans to do, as you need a lot of people to go look through every single document, and that would require a lot of time. And also, along with that, this simple application can provide a history of work done to Excel pages and things like that. This keeps a lot of honesty and makes sure that work is actually being done. Data collection. So AI is really good at collecting data and forming it into a kind of cohesive paper, or I guess board, basically, where all the data can be kept in one place. And as we talked about before, it can keep a history of all the work that has been completed as people progress on each project. Uh, and with these work logs, they're usually like very large, and this would be almost impossible for any human workforce to do, making AI incredibly valuable and would save a lot of money and time for NextGen REA's workforce. Usable. So let's say even if you do get a large group of people together to make a big conglomeration of data, this is almost worthless unless there's like a specific way they set it up. While AI can make this much more understandable and more consumable information with how it collects the data. So asset management is another thing that AI can do, but this is a more advanced level of of action that AIs can do. AI can track assets during their use. So if you have equipment such as, let's say, you have a Bobcat that you need to send to New York, but it's currently in Pennsylvania, let's say. It can track when it goes over there, and it can track how long it's being used. And along with that, it can also track what condition it is, and let's say when it starts in Pennsylvania, and then how it returns back to Pennsylvania once it completes its job in New York. This is super important just to keep up with your equipment, and again, it's something that would be very hard for just humans to do individually. Along with that, it can track cash flow. It can make sure that cash is being used in the correct way and is being released at the correct time. And it can be used. It can also make sure benchmarks are being reached, such as if you loan money to a third-party company to develop a solar project for Nextgen REA, and they need an they need a influx of cash at a moment. The AI could track when that cash gets there, and it can send more money whenever the benchmark is met. This is something that's hard for people to do and see and be completely objective with. And the AI can make sure that the project is being completed in a timely manner, and if not, it can flag it for humans to take action. Performance modeling. So this is something that, again, more advanced AIs are starting to do. It helps you see potential projects, like how a project could look before ground is even broke. This could save tons of money, as breaking ground for a project that isn't ever going to really make much of a profit, obviously, is never a good idea. It can also read proposed data that let's say a third party brings to you. AI can look through it and compare it with previous projects. It can look at things like completion time. It can make estimates about when it should be completed, at what level, and like let's say when you should finally see your tax equity come back. It can also see sun exposure. If you have weather systems set up in your project site, it can see what areas are going to get the most kilowatt an hour and what's going to get the least. And it can also alert whenever areas that should be getting more aren't getting the correct amount of kilowatt an hour. Along with that, it can see potential profits from your kilowatt an hour and your tax equity that you gain from it. And also, it just allows you to be diligent with objectivity. So there's no personal feelings or anything like that. AI is just a numbers-based system. So if something's not going right, the AI will flag it, and that is incredibly valuable in this crazy world of solar development. And then the predictive layer. This is more in the line with machine learning, as this is teaching machine how to think basically. And it can make predictions with very good accuracy with the data that is provided to it. It also is good at remedying issues quickly. It can order, such as an example, inverters are some of the most hit or miss items that are used in solar development, as NextGen has been having about 10% of their inverters short before even 6 months when they're put in. So if AI can see that the inverters are about to give out, if they're getting too hot, if they're getting worked too hard, it can make orders for new inverters before the failure. This would save money, as the system wouldn't be down for as long, and they could replace inverters in a timely manner. Along with that, it can reset systems completely remotely, which is incredibly valuable, as sometimes it's just as simple as rebooting a computer. This would save money because you wouldn't have to send in workers to go reset the entire system. Uh, that would cost hundreds of dollars every time you need to send in workers. It can also find out when jobs are behind schedule, for if the AI determines that they're not building the solar projects up to the timeline that it had predicted, then you can send in workers to go figure out why that's happening and figure out how to fix this issue. And then also, finally, just check for misinformation. It can see if there was human error on one spreadsheet versus another. This makes sure that your money is being used in a diligent way. And this is super valuable for Nextgen REA. And then finally, it builds company-wide integrity, so everyone's on the same page no matter what. You know what money is where and what equipment is where, so there's never any gray area. It's either black or white with AI. And then finally, just some of the general benefits of investment into AI will be just reducing human error, having an AI always checking over any sort of math or any sort of data, really. Reduces system failures. That with that we just talked about implementing a way to fix inverter giving out or making sure things are up to date. Uh, it can also check for the accuracy of data, which is again hard for humans to do alone. And then finally, as we just talked about, it creates integrity across the entire board. With just the partners, third parties, they can be checked over with this AI system. It is our recommendation to implement AWS, Amazon's web services for Nextgen REA. For the reasons that we talked, we think it just provides the most benefit. And while Google may be cheaper, I think that Amazon just has more tools to use, and I mean, that's just invaluable for our company here at Nextgen REA. And then here are the references I used. And yeah, thank you. Have a good day.